Is your child humble?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, it's Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now. Children don't naturally come here humble. They come self-centered. But humility is something that is very desirable. You see me sitting in my study, and most people will record videos and everything behind them is very pristine and orderly and organized. And, I could say, I don't care what you think about me or my disorganized. And I don't know if that's actually humility. Humility is, I don't care if you think rightly about me. I'm a little disorganized, helter-skelter. I do a lot of things, and I'm not necessarily got everything in order. And you can see from my bookshelves that they are not all perfectly lined up. There are certain things that mean something to me, and I keep them close to me. Like this little bag behind me is a Ruma Cube. That's a game, and my mother loved the game of Ruma Cube. It was a math strategy game, and she quilted herself a little bag that kept all the little Ruma Cube tiles in it. And I have things like that surrounding me that are important to me. It doesn't mean anything to anyone else, but I don't care if you see it. And I don't care if you see me as my life is normally. So if you come to my house, it will be cleaned up, usually enough for company, but it's not going to be perfect because that's just not who Jan and I are. So humility is allowing people to see and know you as you are. And that means both the good side and the bad side are just the ordinariness of life. Not hiding who you are is humility. Now, some people are amazing people, and if they hid that, that would not be true humility. They would be trying to make themselves something different. Humility is that being able to expose who they are, what they're thinking. And shy children have in a sense, it's kind of a false humility. They're afraid to let people know them. And so that's something you have to work on with a shy child so that they will let people know them and in whatever way they can communicate or let them in. And so humility is not just, I'm nothing, because that can be not true. In fact, it's not true. Everybody is someone important. And so humility is that sense that I'm okay with who I am and I like you, and I'm okay with you knowing me. So that's kind of a different way of thinking about humility, and we should train our children in those things. And so give them situations where they can practice getting to know others and letting others get to know them. And it's safest for a child whenever it's a different age group than them. An elderly person exposing a younger person, a young child, or even a teen or preteen to an elderly person, they're not worried about what they think about them, but they can practice letting that person ask them questions, getting to know them. We do have to have practice in becoming humble, exposing, vulnerable, open. Those are all very closely related, not exactly the same, but so closely related that we can just put them all in one basket. Humility is a desirable quality. Approachableness, all these different things that we would say, those are positive. We like people like that. And helping your child to be humble. When they win the game, when they win the prize, do they handle it with kindness and a sense of reverence, or an okay that somebody else did not win the prize, that they beat them in a sense? And when they lose, do they have enough humility to praise the one who did win the prize? All those things are evidence of humility. I'm okay with who I am, and I like other people to know me. And so humility is a desirable trait. We can help our children to grow in humility. Dr. Roger Smith, Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.